Morning students, this is class 11th maths, chapter 8th, book is NCERT Exemplar, and we will discuss the holiday homework of chapter 8th. Chapter 8, binomial theorem. Question first, find the term independent of x where x is not equal to 0 in 3x square upon 2 minus 1 upon 3x whole raised to the power 15. We want to find out the term independent of x, that is the constant term. So first of all, find out the general term. General term will be tr plus 1 15cr 3x square by 2 raised to the power 15 minus r and minus 1 by 3x raised to the power r, right? Now we will calculate the power of x. So 15cr 3 by 2 raised to the power 15 minus r, and this will become x square into 15 minus r, x raised to the power 30 minus 2r minus 1 by 3r into x raised to the power minus r, because we have taken x in the numerator. Now this will be equal to 15cr 3 by 2 raised to the power 15 minus r minus 1 by 3 raised to the power r, and base is same. So add the powers, x raised to the power 30 minus 3r. Because we want to find the term independent of x, that is the constant term, for that the power of x should be equal to 0. So r is equal to 10. This r is equal to 10 you will put here. So T11 is equal to 15C10 3 by 2, 15 minus 10 is 5 into minus 1 by 3 raised to the power 10. Now you will solve it writing this 15C10 as 15 factorial. Now writing 15 factorial as 15 into 14 into 13 into 12 into 11 into 10 factorial, because in the denominator we will get 10 factorial. So 15C10 is 15 factorial upon 10 factorial into 5 factorial. Writing this 5 factorial as 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. 1 upon 2 raised to the power 5. This minus 1 raised to the power 10 will be 1 only. And this 1 by 3 raised to the power 10. And here it is 3 raised to the power 5. So cancelling these two, you will get 1 by 3 raised to the power 5. Now because powers are same, multiply the base. So 1 by 6 raised to the power 5, and this will be 3003. Right? So this is the term independent of x. Question number 3 is find the coefficient of x in expansion 1 minus 3x plus 7x square into 1 minus x whole raised to the power 16. So writing this as it is and expanding this using binomial. So 16c0 minus x raised to the power 0, then 16c1 minus x raised to the power 1 plus 16c2 into minus x square, and so on up to 16c16 minus x raised to the power 16, right? Writing this as it is, this will be 1, and minus x raised to the power 0 is also 1. 16c1 is 16 into minus x, so minus 16x plus 16c2 x square, and so on up to 16c16 is 1, so x raised to the power 16. Now see, we want to find the coefficient of x. Here this is the constant term, so we will multiply this term with minus 16x to get the coefficient of x. To get the coefficient of x, we have to find out the terms which contains x. So we have to multiply this one with minus 16x. Then this minus 3x with, because it has already x in it, so multiply this with the constant term. Now see, if you multiply 7x square with any of the term, you will get the power of x is 2 or greater. which we do not want. So only these two terms, 1 into minus 16x and minus 3x into 1, are the terms which contains x. So just take out the coefficient. So 1 into minus 16 is minus 16 and minus 3 into 1 is minus 3. So you will get the answer as minus 19, which is the coefficient of x. Clear? Now question number 5th, I am taking the second part. Find middle term of 3x minus x cube upon 6 whole raised to the power 9. So we have to find the middle term of this. Now because this n is odd, therefore middle terms are 9 plus 1 by 2th and 9 plus 1 by 2 plus 1th, that is 5th and 6th term. So T5 will be, 5th term will be 9C4 3x raised to the power 9 minus 4, that is 5, into minus x cube upon 6 raised to the power 4. Solving this, 9C4 is 9 factorial upon 4 factorial into 9 minus 4, that is 5 factorial, into 3 raised to the power 5 into x raised to the power 5. Now this minus raised to the power 4 will be positive. X cube raised to the power 4 is x raised to the power 12 upon 6 raised to the power 4. So when you will solve it, you will get the answer as 189 upon 8 x raised to the power 17. Similarly, find out the sixth term, that will be 9C5 3x raised to the power 9 minus 5, that is 4, into minus x cube by 6 raised to the power 5. Taking this minus outside, because minus 1 raised to the power 5 is minus 1. 9C5 is 9 factorial upon 5 factorial into 4 factorial. Writing this as 3 raised to the power 4 into x raised to the power 4 into, this is x cube raised to the power 5. So this will become x raised to the power 15 upon 6 raised to the power 5. And when you will solve this, you will get minus 21 by 16 x raised to the power 19. Question number 8. Find the sixth term of the expansion y raised to the power half plus x raised to the power 1 by 3 whole raised to the power n if binomial coefficient of third term from the end is 45. The coefficient of the third term from the end is given as 45. We have to find the sixth term of this expansion. So first of all, using this given result, we will find the value of n, and after then we will find the sixth term of this expansion, right? So third term from the end will be n minus 3 plus 2, that is n minus 1th term, right? So n minus 1th term will be equal to nc, one number, the number here is 1 less than this number. So n minus 1, that is nc n minus 2, y raised to the power half raised to the power n minus this number. So you will get it as 2, and into x raised to the power 1 by 3 raised to the power this number only, that is n minus 2. So you will get nc n minus 2, this will become y into x raised to the power n minus 2 upon 3, right? Now the coefficient is given as 45. This is not the coefficient, this is not the coefficient, these are variables. So this coefficient is equal to 45. Now this is n factorial upon n minus 2 factorial into n minus 2 factorial, that is 2 factorial equal to 45. Writing this n factorial as n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial upon n minus 2 factorial, and this 2 factorial is 2, which we are taking this side, so 45 becomes 90. Now cancel this n minus 2 factorial, you will get n square minus n and take 90 this side, minus 90 equal to 0. When you will solve this, you will get the value of n as 10 and minus 9. But obviously n cannot be negative, therefore value of n is 10. Now we got the value of n. Now we want to find the sixth term. So T6 will be 10C5 y raised to the power half raised to the power 10 minus 5, which is 5, into x raised to the power 1 by 3 raised to the power 5. And when you will solve it, you will get the answer as 252 y raised to the power 5 by 2 into x raised to the power 5 upon 3. Now, question number 10th. If the coefficients of second, third and fourth terms in the expansion of 1 plus x whole raised to the power 2n are in AP, show that, AP means arithmetic progression, show that 2n square minus 9n plus 7 is equal to 0. Now see the coefficients, be careful about this. Coefficients of second, third and fourth terms are in AP. So first of all we will find second, third and fourth term. So second term will be 2n C1 x raised to the power 2n minus 1. 1 raised to the power is 1, so we are not writing that. Third term will be 2n C2 x raised to the power 2n minus 2. And fourth term will be 2n C3 x raised to the power 2n minus 3. So the coefficients are in AP, that is 2n C1, 2n C2 and 2n C3 are in AP. Arithmetic progressions means what? That the difference between these consecutive terms is common. So 2n C2 minus 2n C1 is equal to 2n C3 minus 2n C2, right? Now taking this 2n C2 this side, here 1 2n C2 is already. When you will take this 2n C2 this side, so it will become twice of 2n C2, and writing this 2n C2 as 2n factorial upon 2 factorial into 2n minus 2 factorial equal to 2n C3 will be 2n factorial upon 3 factorial into 2n minus 3 factorial, plus take this 2n C1 this side, so plus 2n C1 will be 2n factorial 1 upon 1 factorial into 2n minus 1 factorial. Now see, you can take 2n factorial common from these two terms, and here also 2n factorial exists. So cancelling 2n factorial, also this 2 factorial is 2. So 2 get cancelled with this 2. So you are left here with 1 upon 2n minus 2 factorial, but writing this as 1 upon 2n minus 2 into 2n minus 3 factorial. See why we are doing this? Because in the denominator we can see that here it is 2n minus 2 factorial, here it is 2n minus 3 factorial, here it is 2n minus 1 factorial. So we can write this 2n minus 2 factorial as 2n minus 2 into 2n minus 3 factorial. Then here 2 minus 3 factorial as it is, and 3 factorial becomes 6 plus 1 upon 2n minus 1 factorial can be written as 2n minus 1 into 2n minus 2 into 2n minus 3 factorial. Because this 2n minus 3 is the smallest number between these three, right? So we are breaking this as this, 2n minus 1 factorial as this, because 2n minus 3 factorial is the smallest in these three, right? Now 2n minus 3 factorial can come out common from these two terms, and here also it is 2n minus 3 factorial. So 2n minus 3 whole factorial get cancelled. Now you will get 1 upon 2n minus 2 equal to, from here 1 upon 6 plus 1 upon 2n minus 1 into 2n minus 2. Now after taking LCM of these two terms, we have taken the LCM to this side. So you will get something like this: 6 into 2n minus 1 equal to 4n square minus 6n plus 2 plus 6. And when you will solve it, you will get the required result which we wanted to show, that 2n square minus 9n plus 7 is equal to 0. Now question number 11th. Find the coefficient of x raised to the power 4 in this expansion. So we have to find the coefficient of x raised to the power 4. See, we can see here it is 1 plus x, and from these two terms we can take out x square common. So you get 1 plus x whole raised to the power 11. Now taking 1 plus x common from these two terms, you will get 1 plus x raised to the power 11 into 1 plus x square raised to the power 11. Now expanding these two by the binomial theorem. So this will be 11c0 plus 11c1 into x plus 11c2 into x square and so on up to 11c11 x raised to the power 11. Expanding this also by binomial, 11c0 plus 11c1 x square raised to the power 1 plus 11c2 x square raised to the power 2, which is x raised to the power 4, plus so on 11c11 x square raised to the power 11, which is x raised to the power 22, right? Now we want to find the coefficient of x raised to the power 4. So we will collect those terms containing x raised to the power 4. So we can see in this term, power of x is 0. So we have to multiply this with this term where x raised to the power is 4. So first term containing x raised to the power 4 is 11c0 into 11c2 into x raised to the power 4. Now plus, now see here the power of x is 1. So we have to multiply this with the term containing x raised to the power 3. But in this expansion there is no term which contains x raised to the power 3. So this cannot be multiplied with any term. So leave this. Now 11c2 x square. So we have to multiply it with the term containing x raised to the power 2. So multiply these two, 11c2 into x square into 11c1 into x square. Similarly, the next term in this expansion will be containing x cube, right? So that cannot be multiplied with any term of this. Then the next term in this expansion will be 11c4 into x raised to the power 4, which can be multiplied with this constant term 11c0. So these are the only terms containing x raised to the power 4. So the coefficient will be 11c0 is 1. So just writing 11c2 plus 11c2 into 11c1 is 11 plus 11c4 into 11c0 is 1. Now this will be equal to 55 plus 605 plus 330, which is equal to 990. Next is question number 13. Show that the middle term in x minus 1 upon x whole raised to the power 2n is 1 into 3 into 5 and so on up to 2n minus 1 upon n factorial into minus 2 raised to the power n. We want to show that the middle term of this is this. Now middle term will be, because this is even, so there will be only one middle term, 2n upon 2 plus 1th, that is n plus 1th term. So n plus 1th term in this expansion will be 2ncn into x raised to the power n into minus 1 upon x raised to the power n. Now see, this is x raised to the power n. Here also in the denominator this is x raised to the power n. So x raised to the power n get cancelled. Now minus 1 raised to the power n as it is. And writing this 2ncn as 2n factorial upon n factorial into n factorial. Right? Now minus 1 raised to the power n as it is. Opening this 2n factorial, so 2n minus 1, 2n minus 2 up to 3 to 1 upon n factorial into n factorial. Writing this as it is, minus 1 raised to the power n, 2n, then 2n minus 1. Now see, this term is even. We can take out 2 common from this, 2, n minus 1 and so on up to 3 to 1 upon writing this n factorial as it is and opening this n factorial as n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 and so on up to 3 to 1. Now see, this is 1, 2, 3 and so on up to 2n. So these are 2n numbers, right? 1, 2, 3 up to 2n. So these are 2n numbers in which n numbers are even and n numbers are odd. Right? These are 2n numbers in which n numbers are even and n numbers are odd. Now from those n even numbers, from each number if I take out 2 common, then you will get 2 n times and that will become 2 raised to the power n. Right? Multiplying 2 because these numbers are in multiplication. If we take out 2 common from each even number, so you will get 2 n times. So when you multiply 2 n times, you will get 2 raised to the power n. Clear? Now, then those even terms will become like this 2n. If you will take out 2 common, this will become n. Then this 2n minus 2, if you will take out 2 common, this will become n minus 2. Similarly, n minus 1. Similarly, n minus 2 and so on up to when you will take out 2 common from this 2, you will get 1. Right? And the odd terms will be 2n minus 1, 2n minus 3 and so on. 5, 3 into 1 upon n factorial as it is and this also as it is. Now combining these two, minus 2 raised to the power n, this whole get cancelled with this. So you will get 1 into 3 into 5 into so on up to 2n minus 1 upon n factorial. This is what we wanted to prove. Clear? Now question number 14th. Find n in, this is cube root of 2 plus 1 upon cube root of 3 whole raised to the power n. If ratio of 7th term from beginning to 7th term from the end is 1 by 6. So ratio of the 7th term from the beginning, that is T7 upon 7th term from the end, that is T n minus 7 plus 2 is given as 1 by 6. Now this is T7 upon T n minus 5. Right? Now the 7th term will be NC6 cube root of 2 raised to the power n minus 6 and 1 up into 1 upon cube root of 3 raised to the power 6 upon NC n minus 6. Why n minus 6? One number less than n minus 5 is n minus 6 into cube root of 2 raised to the power 6 into 1 upon cube root of 3 raised to the power n minus 6 is equal to 1 upon 6. Now we know the result that NCR is equal to NC n minus R. NCR is equal to NC n minus R. So these two are equal. So cancelling these two, now because base are same and they are in fraction, so subtract their powers. So cube root of 2 will be, cube root of 2 raised to the power n minus 6 minus 6 into 1 upon cube root of 3 raised to the power 6 minus n plus 6 equal to 1 upon 6. Now this will be cube root of 2 raised to the power n minus 12, and this will be 1 upon cube root of 3 raised to the power 12 minus n, but taking this in the numerator, so sign of the power will change, it will become n minus 12 equal to 1 upon 6. Now because powers are same, so multiply the base. This will become now cube root of 6 raised to the power n minus 12 equal to 6 raised to the power 1, so minus 1. Now this will be 6 raised to the power n minus 12 upon 3 equal to 6 raised to the power minus 1. Therefore, n minus 12 upon 3 is equal to minus 1. Because these two are equal, then the powers should also be equal. So you get the value of n as 9. Clear? So your today's homework is to check your answers carefully up to question number 14. And if there is any mistake, then correct it. Okay? Thank you.